Hey, Kelly, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt. Oh, and also,
Yeah.
I got a Pixel 4 from the Googles.
What?
Yeah, now, I'm not as much of a phone guy as you are. You have been just going nuts phone shopping. Why is that?
I'm a phoneaholic, and I
Right.
love watching phone reviews. My phone, I've got an LG V30. It's about 2 years old. It's time for an upgrade. The Pixel 4 might be the next phone for me, but it might not. We'll find out.
Okay, and it might be the next phone for you because at the end of this video, we'll give you a chance to win this one that I have in this box. Now, this isn't an unboxing, but I'm going to do just a little bit of a tour of the box because Google's a big company and they really know how to market. So I get this box. First thing you notice when you open up the box is that it's not box color on the inside. No, they don't want to offend your eyeballs with the brownness of a regular box, so they make it white on the inside. Plus, they shield your eyes from the offensive different shade of white by putting this in there for some reason. Don't know why. So the first thing you see is, and this is a promotional package to those of us on Team Pixel. And this greeting card in the center, it pretty much says, "Hey, you're really cool. That's why you got this phone for anybody else. La la." Yeah, and then you flip this up, and there's the little phone coffin inside. Maybe I used a different word next time other than coffin. That would
Phone coffin.
It's the what do you call it? The phone. I just call it a phone box.
That's the box it comes in.
Yeah, but this is really nifty neato. Look at this. I mean, presentation is everything. Then, of course, now here's the part that I really wanted to show everybody.
Yeah.
There is the box that your Pixel 4 comes in. And then underneath is a little piece of paper that they put in here so that this box doesn't scratch this box. What? Why? Why? Anyway, so that's, and then there's that comes with a case in here, but we're gonna focus mainly on this. This is the Pixel 4, and the box is substantial. This thing, listen, you could murder a person with this.
No.
Yeah, that is a strong box, man. Yeah.
You may be the first person ever to review the box it came in. That wasn't an unboxing. That was a review of the box.
Hey, 5 stars for the box.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it is. This is the Google Pixel 4 XL, and it's not my favorite color, but it's pretty cool. I do like the form factor of this. Let me just put my other phone here side by side, and you can see. Let me release it from. There we go. This is a Galaxy. Can you see it? This is a Galaxy S8. Now, if I put the Galaxy S8 in the little phone coffin, you can see that it's a bit smaller. And I kind of like that. I kind of like the smaller ones. I'm not a big fan of the XLs because it doesn't fit in your pocket quite properly.
I love the XLs. I'm an XL fan.
Is that because you're old and your eyes are going?
Yes.
Well, there's a plus. Of course, in the box, you also get power cord and things and everything. The first thing that I look for is the headphone jack. And there is no headphone jack. No headphone jack whatsoever.
That's not a deal breaker for me. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Yes. It just shows that they're trying to make extra money because the only way for you to use headphones with this is to buy a whole new Bluetooth system, or if you want to use your regular plug-in headphones, you have to get one of those dealy boppers that fit in with the power. So
The dongle. It's called a dongle.
The dongle. And that's $18, man. Now, the thing I do like is the camera. And I think that's the main seller of this phone.
The camera is the huge selling point, but to me, they left out one thing. and it was the one thing that made me want the Pixel 4, and that was the ultra-wide lens. They went with the telephoto lens instead of the ultra-wide.
Oh.
I'm in real estate. I love the ultra-wide. You've got a Galaxy. It's got an ultra-wide. I use my ultra-wide all the time, much more than I would use a telephoto. That was a deal breaker for me, so I was disappointed in that big thing, that big square on the back of the phone. They couldn't put a ultra-wide lens in there somewhere. Still, in spite of that, it's probably the best camera as far as photo qualities of any Android phone on the market.
Okay, sold. Go ahead and get you one. That is a 5-star rating.
I didn't say that.
Uh-oh.
I just wish they would have gone with the ultra-wide. But there's a lot of positives about the phone, but there are some negatives. You mentioned the headphone jack. I mentioned the ultra-wide. The battery is very small. You've got the Galaxy S8. That's about a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. I've got an LG V30. It's a 3,300 milliamp hour battery. The Google Pixel 4 has a 2,800 milliamp hour battery. It's smaller than the battery in the Pixel 3. They reduced the battery size from the Pixel 3 to the 4.
Why would they do such a thing?
Have no idea. I don't know. Mistake, if you ask me.
Did they have to fit the gizmo that reads your face in here? It's got face radar for some reason, which is a gimmick, right? It's just dumb.
They call it radar for motion sense. If you're listening to songs on Pandora and you want to go to the next song, you can just swipe your hand over the phone without touching the phone, and it's supposed to go to the next song. Does it work all the time? From what I've read, it doesn't. We'll
Okay.
see.
All right. So what is easier? Swiping your hand to go to the next song and looking like an idiot to everyone around you, or just doing what everyone else does and touching the phone?
I agree. You and I agree on very few things. We agree on that.
All right, here's the phone at first glance. Going to hit the camera. Allow camera to access this device's location. Why does it need to know where I am?
Oh, Google wants to know everything about you.
Oh.
Everything.
Deny. Oh, and the camera doesn't work. Right? No, it does. So we got the camera here, and it looks good. I'll take a little bit of footage here. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that camera's good. It makes me look handsome. Sold.
It must be good.
It must be good if it makes me look it. Does it have a 80s filter on it to show you what you look like in the 80s?
With a shirt like that, I don't think you need an 80s filter.
Ah.
I'll tell you something it does have. It's called astrophotography mode.
Uh-huh.
At night, it'll shift into night mode. On a clear night, you can take amazing pictures in the evening and after dark. And the stars will light up like nothing you've ever seen. The moon will look cool. Just amazing night shots with that thing. Astrophotography mode is what they're calling it.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So this is an Android phone.
Yes, sir.
I'm familiar with that. If you don't have an Android phone, then while you're watching this video, you clearly don't care about technology.
Oh.
Somebody just thumbs down. Thumbs down. I'm an Apple guy. Now, if you're on the fence about switching, I mean, if you've been one or the other, iOS or Android for years, you're going to stick with your, not many people. This phone isn't going to force anybody to switch over from iOS, is it? I mean, it's just...
No, it's not. It's just not. And I'm this close to switching from Android back to Apple. I was an Apple guy probably 10 years ago.
Really?
But the iPhone 11 is just incredible. The things it can do, just a next level stuff.
Well, we're not giving away an Apple 11.
Right.
Mainly because we're nice and we don't want to give people the technology that forces you to join a cult. I'll probably cut all that out, but...
Would the fact that you can only shoot video on the Pixel 4 in 4K 30 frames per second be a deal breaker instead of 4K 60? You can't do 4K 60 on it.
No 4K 60 on this?
4K 30.
Does it do 120 frames slow motion, all that stuff?
I'm sure it does. I would assume but that's probably going to bump it down to 1080p when you do the slow-mo, or maybe even lower than that. Maybe 720?
So what's the big other than the gimmicks? Oh, hey, Pixel people, keep sending me the phones, man. That's cool and all.
You're always honest in your reviews. I'm just trying to. There's a lot of good with this phone. The screen is amazing. If you scroll through some stuff on the screen, it's got a 90 hertz refresh rate. That means the screen updates itself 90 times per second, and it will be as smooth as silk when you're scrolling through, and you'll notice a big difference compared to your Galaxy S8.
Okay.
Latest processor, it's got the Snapdragon 855. It's running Android 10 right out of the box, so it's just going to be super fast and super snappy. So there's a lot of good, there's some bad, there's some drawbacks, there's some negatives, and this phone might not be for everybody. It's probably not for me. I wanted the ultra-wide angle lens. They didn't have it. I want to shoot video in 4K 60. They haven't offered that. I don't know if they'll be able to do that in a software update. We'll just have to wait and see.
Now, I have to keep hearkening back to the headphone jack. And here's why, okay?
Yes.
Sure, if you stick an extra thingy in here, it'll work, but then it sticks out like an inch. And then it won't fit in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like if you put headphones and then in your pocket, you bend over or something, then you're going to bend off that thing. I mean, they just don't think about things like that.
True. Okay, so is this a deal breaker for you? There's no micro SD expandable storage. Come back.
Bye-bye.
That's kind of a deal breaker for me, only because the Pixel 4 costs $900. It costs $899, and that's for the 128 gigabyte model. Now you can get the 64 gig model. It's going to be about $100 cheaper, but to me, I want more than 128 gigs, so I want that expandable storage. I want that expandable memory.
So you can't put a card in here?
You cannot put a card in there.
Well, then what's this little card thing that's on here?
That's for your SIM card.
Really? So if I open this up with my special tool that I happen to have.
You got the tool?
I got the tool.
All right.
All right.
You'll see a spot for your SIM card and nothing else.
Okay. Ah! Well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Why?
So
no. No, bad. No, bad.
And it would be different if it had 256 gigs of storage, or even 512, or a terabyte, but it does not. It doesn't have anywhere near that. The base model at $799 is what, 64 gigs, and then the $900 model is 128 gigs of storage. No expandable.
People use their SD cards to have extra storage. I mean, that's important to not just me or you.
Yeah, and that's what, to me, that was one of the cool features of Android. But a lot of your flagships now are just going with more storage and no micro SD. But Google hadn't done that. They didn't give you a bunch of storage, so you don't have to worry about that micro SD. They kind of left you hanging.
What's the end game? Because they're doing stuff like that, taking away the headphone jack, the SD card, and you can't buy an extra battery and have just pop it out, put an extra battery in there.
Yep. Remember when the Samsung Galaxy had the removable battery, and you could, when your battery went bad, you just buy a new battery?
Yeah, and you know, if I was out in the field somewhere and I didn't have a laptop, I would have an extra battery charged up and ready to switch out.
Yeah, very few phones these days have the removable battery, if any.
Oh,
sorry, man.
They're never going to send me another phone, are they? This is it.
No, I don't think this is a bad review. I'm just saying this phone might not be for us, you know?
Right. But I wanted to be like, it's great, it's the best phone ever. Woohoo!
All right, I'll give you something cool about it.
Yeah.
It's got what's called a recorder app that transcribes speech in real time. It stores it and makes it searchable. So if you're a high school student or a college student, you're in a class, your professor is lecturing for 30, 40, 50 minutes, and you don't feel like taking notes for that long, hit the recorder app, let it just do its thing, and then you can go back and search. If you want to search, you know, physics and find out everything he said about physics during that lecture, it'll pop it right up just from what it's transcribed.
Wow, okay. So is that something that only the hardware of this particular phone can do, or is that an app that's downloadable and usable on any phone?
There are apps similar to that, but they aren't anywhere close to as good as the recorder app that's exclusive to this Pixel 4.
Okay, so this phone comes out tomorrow. I don't know if you can see, it says October 23rd on here. So tomorrow, being the 24th, this phone will be delivered. People have been pre-ordering it, so it will be in the mailboxes tomorrow. But right now is your chance to win. Oh. Let's hit that fantastic prize music. Oh, yeah. All right. right. So, how do you win, Kelly? Tell them how to do it.
In the comments, type this.
That pixel for me. Now, of course, you have to be a subscriber. Well, I mean, you don't have to. Really. I mean, I'm not going to check to see if you are. But Kelly might.
I will. I probably will.
It's so weird. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for being on. So what's your next phone?
Actually, I've decided to go retro.
Ah.
It's either going to be 2 cups and a string
Right.
or a rotary dial phone.
Oh, love those. Quick, I'm being robbed. Call 911. Hold on. Hey, put the gun down. Hold on. I'm calling the cops here. All right. Well, there you go. It's the Google Pixel 4. I will draw for a winner on Thursday Night Live 2 weeks from now. We'll find out who the winner is. And now here's Kelly Green with the final thought. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Buh.
And bye.
And it smells really good. It smells.
What's it smell like?
It smells like technology. It smells like the future.
Does it smell like money?
It smells like Google. That's what it smells like, and it smells like a pretty doggone good phone.